All praises to the Most High Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Yahweh Kakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of great millstone for pushing 100% truth through rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom. This is Matazal Acham. I was basically trying to make another video. I went to Bloomberg to find a little bit more information on these new ICE facilities that Donald Trump is building. I just heard that he was trying to build 60 more detention facilities, which are 60 more FEMA camps. There are already 800 FEMA camps in the United States. Okay, already they're all over the United States. Okay, but this motherfucker wants to build some new ones. The new ones, okay, they're gonna have the smart guillotines. Let me see if I can pull that up. Okay, let me see if I can. I don't know. Let me see. Okay, let me get smart guillotines. Smart guillotine. Boom. Nah, they talking about cutting off a finger. Bullshit. Hold on, let me see. Oh, come on, man.
What's up, TikTok? So I'm not a religious person. I don't read the Bible. But President Obama did order 30,000 guillotines to be spread out to each FEMA camp right before he left office. Meaning anybody who refuses the vaccine will be beheaded, obviously. Now, someone I know was talking to me about the Bible one day, recently. And they just so happened to mention the mark of the beast. That anybody who refuses the mark of the beast will be beheaded. So that reminded me of the guillotine in the FEMA camps. Now, they quoted this from the Bible. So this means the end of the days is here. What's up, TikTok? So I'm not a religious person. I don't read the Bible.
What's this?
The guillotine's inventor was truly a genius. Before its creation, executing someone with a single clean cut was a real test of the executioner's skill. The guillotine completely solved this issue, delivering swift and unhesitating justice. Now, we secure the condemned's neck onto the device, with a blade above weighing 176 pounds connected to a rope release mechanism. Pulling the rope drops the blade, its slanted edge designed to minimize contact area and prevent getting stuck during the cut. Occasionally, the severed head was displayed publicly as a grim warning, though it's ironic that the guillotine's inventor ultimately met his end by his own creation. It's a known fact among executioners that consciousness might briefly linger after decapitation. In contrast, being shot or opting for lethal injection might seem merciful. For lethal injection, the condemned is strapped to a table and administered a series of 3 drugs, an anesthetic, a paralytic, and a fatal agent, simply waiting for the heart to stop. The guillotine's inventor was truly a genius. Before its creation, the inventor of the guillotine was truly a genius. Before the guillotine was created, making quick up and...
Okay, hold on. Let me go off into this. What's this?
Like the smartphone or the smartwatch, this is called the smart guillotine. Built by Chanel. You know, the perfume and clothing and accessories brand for the rich. Like the smartphone or the smartwatch, this is called the smart guillotine. Built by Chanel. You know, the perfume and clothing and accessories brand for the rich. Like the smartphone or the smartwatch, this is called the smart guillotine.
You see what I'm saying? It's crazy, man. But yeah, this is what Donald Trump's gonna fucking put in these camps, man. Okay.
Guys, I found this thing in my...
If you got decapitated, would you stay aware of what's going on, or would everything just shut down instantly the moment the blade sliced through your neck? Back in the day, Especially in 18th century France, decapitations were pretty much their signature move. And people back then had the same question we're asking now. So naturally, they decided to run some experiments. One of the most famous stories involves Antoine Lavoisier, a scientist sentenced to death, who decided to use his execution for one final experiment in the name of science. Honestly, this guy was a different breed of dedicated. Imagine standing in front of the guillotine and thinking, wait, let me test something real quick. But that's exactly what he did. Just before his execution, he told his assistant he'd try to blink as many times as possible after his head was chopped off. When the blade came down, his assistant later reported that Lavoisier blinked for about 15 seconds. That alone makes it seem obvious. If your head gets cut off, you stay conscious for a few seconds. But even with this, doctors back then weren't convinced. They claimed the blinking was just a muscle reflex and didn't mean he was actually aware. But then, in 1905, Dr. Gabriel Bourrieu observed something even creepier. After watching an execution, he called out the condemned man's name right after the beheading. To his shock, the decapitated head opened its eyes and actually turned to look at him. Blinking could still be explained away as a reflex, but a severed head responding to its name and making eye contact. If that's not consciousness, then what is? If you got decapitated, would you stay aware of what's going on?
I mean, come on, man. These motherfucking people are insane. They don't give a fuck about you. Man, come on, man. And then when we try to tell you the truth, you think we lying to you or something, like we stole something, you know. But anyway, that's the smart guillotine. What is smart guillotine? I went straight to TikTok, okay? Okay? That's what they planning on doing, man. I'm telling you. So like you, 60... Boom. And it takes me back to the same old information, and they ain't going to let me use it. Okay? Now, the Trump administration, in order to build 60 new ICE facilities, okay, for detained migrants, Donald Trump want to give you $60 billion, $160 billion, right? An influx of cash. News, okay? For detained migrants, you want to try to, one day ago, okay, now where was this at? Boom, okay. Trump creates dozens of new ICE facilities as immigration war expands, right? President Trump has been expanding his detainment center network for months and now has the congressional funding to fill it. Bloomberg reports that since the inauguration, the Trump administration has significantly expanded its network of detention facilities or centers to accompany the aggressive 3,000 arrests per day marching orders the agency received from Stephen Miller in May. Since Trump's inauguration in January, 60 local, state, and federal prisons, public and private, have been detaining immigrants for immigration and customs. Right? Now, let me see if I can find that, because I've got that information in screenshots. Okay, check this out. Boom. Can I? All right. Boom. Deep state, right? Slovakia. Okay. Now, I was only able to take a half a screenshot of this, but when I went back on the internet to try to find this information, I couldn't find it. Right? FEMA ordered 102,000 boxcars with shackles and guillotines, and they've been put on military bases throughout North America. They got smart guillotines on military bases throughout America. Let me see if I can go to amg/news.com. Let me see if I can go there right quick. Yeah. Okay. Check this out. These camps are to be operated by FEMA or Federal Emergency Management Agency should martial law need to be implemented in the United States. All it would take is a presidential signature on a proclamation and the Secretary General's signature on a warrant to which a list of names is attached. Okay? Okay. So this is David Greenberg's, which you can find that video, David Greenberg, his last will and testament or whatever have you, on my channel, Mataza Lacom 144GA or Mataza Lacom 144K. And, you know, he goes into how Stephen Miller, okay, and Donald Trump, okay, are being hired by the elites. What do you say? Clown Slob and Nova Yuval Harari at the World Economic Forum, the Club of Rome, okay, to implement what's going on in America right now. Okay? Okay. Yeah, real shit. Salakia, let me see if I can find it. Let me see. Where was I at? Okay. We were going to guillotines, right? Let's see if I can find, FEMA camps. Because there's a lot of them in the United States. I'm going to try to, is that them? That's them. Boom. These are all where all the FEMA camps are in the United States. Okay? You got, what, 1, 2, you got 5 in, between Kansas and Missouri. No, what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So they got, hey man, this is a map of where all the FEMA camps in the United States, Canada, Florida, Gulf of Mexico are at. Okay? This is where they want to put you. That's where they're at, man. And they're opening them up now for the so-called illegal immigrants in order to push 3,000 immigrants a day. If you can't find the criminals, then just go to the Mexican neighborhood and just start kicking people's doors in and just snatching, putting 3,000 people in jail for nothing. You know, I mean, that's basically, you go to work, you come home, your wife and kids are gone. You don't nobody know what the fuck's going on. You go next door, the people are gone. You go next door down the street, everybody's gone. What the fuck? Why is everybody gone? You go to the businesses, everybody's gone. It's shit. It's a goddamn ghost town in your neighborhood. If you're a Latino Native American, reservations, they're going to the reservations, locking up the indigenous population of the Indian. You know, that's sacred land. The United States federal government has no jurisdiction on indigenous land, but they're gonna go in there and fill up these goddamn jails anyway, man. This is the wickedness of these evil devils, man. But you say we preach and hate. Ain't that a bitch? Whatever, man. Hold on. Let me see if I can find some more proof of these FEMA camps. Okay, and then get this. In the Dred Scott case, look this up. The case in which the United States Supreme Court held that descendants of Africans who were imported into this country, right? See, they were imported. We're not from Africa. We're from north of that, on that continent, which is the land of Israel. That's where we're from. Okay? That's where we're from. Okay? But we took refuge hiding from the wrath of Esau, Edom, Vespasian, and Titus in 70 A.D. That's found in the book of Josephus, right? Dred Scott case, the case in which the United States Supreme Court held the descendants of Africans who were imported into this country and sold as slaves were not included nor intended to be included under the word citizens in the Constitution, whether emancipated or not, and remained without rights or privileges except such as those which the government might grant them. Blacks, so-called blacks, are not considered citizens. They are still considered slaves by the government. Okay? Okay? These motherfuckers are insane, man. Okay? Rex 84, martial law. Martial law declared in the event of a national crisis. The plan did not define the term national crisis. FEMA takes control of federal and state governments. Military commanders replace duly elected officials. The plan called for the rounding up of 21 million American Negroes, delivery to military bases converted to prisons. FEMA camps, right? This is the wickedness of these devils, man. They ain't never going to change, man. And it's all about technocracy in order to push the radio frequency identification microchip. Damn it. Okay? That's what it's all about, man. Hold on, let me see if I can find that again. Is it gone? Is it gone? Nope. Okay. Boom. Technocracy definition: the government or control of society or industry by an elite or of technical experts. Now, when Doge was first implemented under with what you call him, Elon Musk, did he not send in an elite group of technical experts to take apart the United States federal government's funding for all of the different false flag and false banners that they have in order to take people's tax money and use it to their own personal use, right? Failure in the war on poverty discredited technocracy, right? So the war on poverty. This is Esau Edom's, the so-called white man, Donald Trump, Agent Orange, war on poverty, the war on the poor, the rich versus the poor. Donald Trump is draining the swamp, and as a vampire, a banking vampire, suck out all the money and all the value out of the United States economy and give it to the rich. Give it to the Club of Rome, which are all of the elite of all of the different nations of the world. They're all confederate against you as the Israelites of the Holy Bible. Okay? They've been that way. And that's what it's all about. It's to fucking chip you, man. Okay? He causes all, small and great, rich and poor, free and slave, to receive a mark on their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell except one who has the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Okay? Let's see if we can find information on that. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can find that that billboard deal that I had. Oh, there's one. Boom. Right? So this is what they want to put in your hand, and this is what they want to put in your fucking head. Okay? See? This is what they want to do, man. They ain't gonna stop till they get it done. Okay? I'm just telling you. Let's see. I mean, wow, man. These people man. Wow, man. They are completely motherfucking insane. And then they want to cut your goddamn head off, man. The future of payment. See that? See that? Contactless payment. The future of payment. The size of a grain of rice they want to put underneath your skin as a tracking device. That way they can keep track of no matter where you're at, man. That's the plan. They ain't going to stop till they get it done. You might as well accept that. Right? Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a M-A-R-K, a mark, in their right hand. Okay, hold on. In their right hand. Okay, or in their forehead. So it don't matter. The name of the beast, the number of the beast, right? The mark, the name of the beast, or the number of his name. You got your medical records, you got your digital ID, and you got your universal basic income. So you see, if you don't have any money in order to participate in a cashless society, okay, as far as a job is concerned, you don't have any insurance, right? This is war on the poor. This is what technocracy does, okay? The rich Edomite devils. This is what they're doing, okay? You don't have a way to feed your family. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to fold like a cheap lawn chair, okay? Under the pressure that these bastards are going to put, your pressure your family's going to put on you. No food, no water, no electricity, no phone, no lights, no running water. All that's going to come crashing down on all of us. You see? But only those that have the protective hedge and know the name of the Lord, would be the only people that be delivered from this madness that's about to happen to the world. The only people. Okay? Let me see. Let's get biblical scriptures on that. Okay, let me go get Joel chapter 2. Verse 32. And it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord shall be delivered. So you have to know the name of the Lord. You can't just call upon Jeebus crossed, okay? A goddamn blonde-haired, blue-eyed white man who's dead, who happens to be a Mo that was married to Leonardo da Vinci, okay? two men, men with men, just like Nova, you are a Harari and a clown slob. They're married to men. Okay? They're men that are married to men. Men with men working that which is unseemly, like it says in Romans chapter 1, verse 26. Let's get it. Romans chapter 1. Let's get it. Right? Romans chapter 1, verse 21. Because that when they knew not God, they glorified him not as God, neither were thankful, but became vain in their imaginations, and their foolish heart was darkened. Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools. Technocracy, right? And changed the glory of the uncorruptible God into an image made like corruptible man, to birds and four-footed beasts and creeping things. How did they do that? Let's go get a picture so I can show you how they changed the incorruptible God to that of an image of a corruptible man. Right? The Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai tells you what he looks like. Let's go get it. Okay? He tells you what he looks like. Let's go get it. Revelation chapter 4, verse 2. And immediately I was in the Spirit, and behold, a throne was set in heaven, and one sat on the throne. And he that sat was to look upon like a jasper and a sardine stone, and there was rainbow round about like an emerald, round about the throne like sight unto an emerald. Okay? Let's go get it with a jasper and sardine stone. Right? Jasper, a sardine stone. Boom. Let me see if I can. Sorry, there's two types. A precious stone of which there are two types. Okay. Man, I can't win. Let me see if I can find sardine stone. Let's go get it. Let's see what a sardine stone looks like. Sardine stone or jasper. So we can see what the Most High looks like. Okay. Okay. These are the stones of the 12 tribes, right? Jasper stone. See it? He don't look like no blonde-haired, blue-eyed white man, huh? Hold on. Sardius, sardine stone. He don't look like no blonde, ain't nobody to look like that but us. Hold on. Let's see if we can find more proof on the jasper and sardine stone. Okay, in appearance. Okay, hold on. There it is right there. Boom. Revelation chat, look at that. Revelation chapter 4, verse 2 and 3. Behold, a throne was set in heaven, and one sat on the throne, and he that was to look upon like a jasper and a sardine stone. Okay, now you know what a jasper and a sardine stone look like. So the Most High God doesn't look like the person in the background. White background, okay? No. Okay, let me see if I can find you a picture what the Most High would look like. There's one. Okay. All right. This is what God will look like. Jasper, sardine stone. They put it together in one picture, right? Hold on. Come on, man. This is what the Most High God in heaven looks like. Okay? You know, and these Edomite devils, they sit up there and tell you a lie and say no. Right? Hold on. See? So let's go back over here to Romans chapter 1. Where was I at? Verse 23. And changed the glory of the uncorruptible God into an image made like a corruptible man, to birds and to four-footed beasts and creeping things. Let's go get another picture of what it means by that. I got another one in here. Yep, I got one. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Okay? Because, you know, people need to understand. Check this out. Okay? Here it is, just like this. If Yahushai's hair was like this, his skin looked like this, is from here, right? Bethlehem, right? Then who the fuck is this? Okay? Who the fuck is this guy? Okay, Salakia. So, yeah, that's basically it, man. You know, this is what they want to do. Try to destroy the children of Israel, God's chosen people, by any means necessary, man. Okay? Check this out. Let's read some of this. False image of Hamashiach, right? Matthew 24:4, and Yahushua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many. Okay? Now, this video is about what's about to happen to the children of Israel, okay? And our people being hard-headed and stiff-necked and not listening to the prophets standing on street corners telling you that these devils are going to start putting your ass in FEMA camps and decapitating your ass, man. Okay? That's what they're going to start doing to the blacks. They're already doing it to the Latinos, so they're going to start doing it to the so-called black people too. Okay? They're trying to remove birthright citizenship. I showed you on the Dred Scott case, okay, that we're not even considered human beings still, right into this fucking day. Real talk, man. This is ridiculous. This is the perpetual hatred of these Edomite devils that they have for you, man. Okay? Revelation chapter 1:14. His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow. His eyes were as a flame of fire, and his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace. This image does not portray the description of Hamashiach written in the Bible. Okay? It don't describe it. I just showed you what it looked like. Okay? Anyway, let's get back. Romans chapter 1 verse 24. Wherefore the Most High also gave them up to uncleanness through the lusts of their own hearts, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves, who changed the truth of the Most High into a lie, and worshipped and served the creature more than the Creator, who is blessed forever. Amen. And that's what the Latino Native Americans, so-called illegal immigrants, okay, are guilty of. Right? They would rather worship and serve the creature more than the Creator. And see, they look at Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, okay, is him putting them on the same par with them. Their women marrying their men, their daughters marrying the Latino men, okay? To the Latino, a blonde-haired, blue-eyed woman is the ultimate chick to get. I talked to some of the Hispanics at work. Now, all of this wickedness that they've done and blew off our people, thinking that they're better than the Negroes, right? Thinking they're better than us? Really? This is their punishment. This is the wrath of the Most High God that's coming upon them, man. Ain't nothing they can do about that. They're fucked. Okay? Unless they call upon the name of Yahushua. That's the reason why we went out here on the street corners to preach his name in the first place. Was to try to get our people the fuck out of the way, okay, and get them to stop being so hard-headed and stiff-necked. But in the kingdom of heaven, there's going to be few, far, and in between. Okay? There ain't going to be hardly anybody there. The only people that are going to be is going to be 144,000 in the elect 1/3. That's it. And all of existence is going to start, okay, with us coming back down from heaven, okay, the city of Jerusalem coming down, because the city of Jerusalem is a people before it's a place. So when we come back down, our bodies will be changed from corruption to incorruption, from mortal to immortality, like it says in 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 50 through 56. Okay, let's get it. 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 50. Now I say this, brethren, that flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of the Most High, neither doth corruption inherit incorruption. Behold, I show you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed. In a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, for the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall all be changed. For this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality. That's the only way that you could survive in the presence of the Most High God, or else, goddammit, you turn back to dust right away and come apart. Okay? Your spirit that is within your body would stand right there, but your body would be destroyed. Okay? So when this corruptible shall have put on incorruption, and this mortal shall have put on immortality, then shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, death is swallowed up in victory. Right? So we won't be subject to death anymore once our bodies have been changed. You see? But anyway, I don't know. It just a biblical scripture just popped in my head. I had to get it. It was driving me crazy. Let's go back down here to verse 26. Romans chapter 1, verse 26. For this cause the Most High gave them up unto vile affections. For even their women did change the natural use for that which is against nature. And what's the natural use of a woman? To bear children. What is against the nature of a woman? Two women bumping and grinding at the Y, licking at the muffin patch, sucking each other's bleeding hole. Really? That sounds horrible, doesn't it? And likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burned in their lust one toward another, men with men working that which is unseemly, receiving in themselves that recompense of their error which is meet. Push and shove. Push and shove. Nasty motherfuckers. Okay? Real talk. And even as they did not like to retain the Most High in their knowledge, the Most High gave them over to a reprobate mind, to do those things which are not convenient, being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, malignity, whisperers, backbiters, haters of the Most High, despiteful, proud, boasters, inventors of evil things. Is not a smart guillotine an evil thing? Okay? Disobedient to parents, without understanding, covenant breakers, without natural affection, implacable, unmerciful, who knowing the judgment of the Most High, that they which commit such things are worthy of death, not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them. You see? They do the same thing, man. Let's go over here to, was it 2nd Ezra, chapter 8? Was it verse? Right? Verse 50? Verse 55. 2nd Ezra chapter 8, verse 55. And therefore ask thou no more questions concerning the multitude of them that perish. For when they had taken liberty, they despised the Most High, thought scorn of his law, and forsook his ways. Right? And that's the reason why we stand on those street corners. Our people forsake the way of the law of the Most High God, Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. Okay? Because all our duty as the Israelites is to fear him and keep his commandments. That's our entire job, the entire life that we're here. Okay? They had taken liberty. They had liberty. They had freedom. Okay? To worship the Most High God in heaven, but instead they chose to worship the creature more than the creator. So they worshiped Jesus Christ, who is a fucking dead white man, a gay homosexual man who murdered his own brother and had sex with his sister. Okay? This is the image of the dead, blonde-haired, blue-eyed, long-haired, homosexual, gay motherfucking man that the Latinos worship every Sunday. Our people do the same goddamn thing. The Negroes. Why do you think Jacob's trouble is coming? This is the wrath of the Most High God, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, that he's bringing upon his own people. That's the reason why he's saying 2/3 of his own people will be cut off and die, because they would rather serve the creature more than the creator. They would have more dependence on Esau, Edom, the white man, to take care of them in his society, and bow down and capitulate and do whatever the fuck he tells them to do. That's the reason why 2/3 of our people are going to bow down and take the mark of the beast, because of the pressure. They're gonna, like I said before, they're going to fold like an old lawn chair. They ain't going to be able to handle the mental, physical, or spiritual pressure behind not being able to feed their families. And we're all going to have to go through this. But the protective hedge of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, the creator of all things, will be around the elect, those that have been chosen, predestinated to receive salvation in these last days, who have been written down in the book of remembrance, the book of life, written, inscribed on the palm of the hand of the Most High God. These are the only people that are going to get saved. Other than that, if you're seeking out wisdom and understanding of these biblical scriptures, and you're trying to find out, get your hands on these videos, You need to be following it in and writing and taking down notes as to what is about to happen. Okay? So this way it won't take you unawares. You see? Anyway, for when they had taken liberty, they despised the Most High, right? Thought scorn of his law and forsook his ways, right? Moreover, they have trodden down his righteous and said in their heart that there is no God, yep, and knowing that they must die. Okay? For the things aforesaid shall receive you, so thirst and pain are prepared for them. For it was not his will that men should come to naught. So it was not God's will that this would happen to his people, but 2/3 of his people have to be cut off and die because of their undying fealty, their undying loyalty, and their undying love for goddamn the devil the Bible speaks of, Esau, Edom. Okay? That's the reason why they got to go, man. But they which be created have defiled the name of him that made them, and were unthankful unto him which prepared life for them. How did the Most High prepare life for us? He sent his only begotten Son, Yahawashi HaMashiach, to shed his blood as an atonement, as financial compensation to buy back the Most High's inheritance from out of the hand of the devil. Okay? Because when Adam, at the beginning of time, fell from grace, okay, world rulership and the age of wickedness began. Okay? The age of wickedness began then. And everything's been going downhill ever since. And we've always needed a blood sacrifice as an atonement and forgiveness of our sins. And that only applies to the Most High people that he chose from the foundation of the earth. Other than that, fuck you. The Most High don't care about you, man. Okay, I'm just telling you. If you are a Moabite, okay, or if you're an Ammonite, you're a Philistine, you're one of the tabernacles of Edom, of the Ishmaelites, the Most High doesn't give a shit about you on this side. The only people that he cares about are the individuals that his son, Yahawashi, prayed for in John chapter 17, those individuals that came out of Babylon the Great here in these last days, the hidden ones found in Psalm 83. Those individuals that are hidden from their own identity, that are not aware that they are the Israelites of the Holy Bible. So what does the Most High do before he destroys an empire? He sends his servants, the prophets, rising up early and sending them. But our people won't hear or listen, and they pull away the fucking shoulder. Like it says in Zechariah chapter 7, verse 11 through 15. You see? It's ridiculous, but that's what they do. Okay? And thought scorn of his law. They say the law is done away with, and forsook his ways. They don't want to keep his commandments. Right? Moreover, they were trodden down as righteous, and said in their heart that there is no God, yet knowing that they must die. Right? But they which have, verse 60, but they which be created have defiled the name of him that made them, and were unthankful unto him which prepared life for them. And therefore is my judgment now at hand. Right? These things have I not shown unto all men, but unto thee and a few like thee. And, right? Those few, far and in between, are those individuals that are found these video epistles. That we're trying to do everything we can to get you to wake up and practice keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. We know you can't keep it perfectly, but the Most High perceives the thoughts and intents of the heart. He looks into your mind. Okay, let's go get it. Hold on, wait, boom. Let's go get it. What is it? Is it? Is Romans 4? No, sorry, okay. Hold on. 2 Corinthians 4, right? That's 12? Nope. Damn. Where is that at, man? Trying to get, there it is. Hebrews chapter 4, verse 12. For the word of the Most High God is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit, and of the joints and marrow, and this is my point, and is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart. Okay? Neither is there any creature that are not manifest in his sight, but all things are naked and open unto him, unto the eyes of him with whom we have to do. So at the end of the day, after you leave your body, you have to go give account for the things that were done in your body according to what was done, whether it be good or bad. Right? 2 Corinthians chapter 5. Right? Here it is. For we must all appear before the judgment seat of Hamashiach, that everyone may receive the things done in his body, according to that which was done, whether it be good or bad. Knowing therefore the terror of the Lord, we persuade men. So that's the reason why we come out to preach to you, tell you these things are about to happen. Okay? You got smart guillotines. This motherfucking Agent Orange Donald Trump punk motherfucker, this guy, he wants to, I'm telling you, I apologize about cussing and hurting your feelings, but this is coming down the wire, man. After they get through with all the Latinos and the Latino neighborhoods are empty, they're coming for your black ass. Okay? Whether you're at work or if you're at home or you're at church, and they know how black folks love church. You think these motherfuckers ain't going to kick the goddamn door in and put your ass in a FEMA camp on a black bus and send you straight to a camp somewhere? The only way out of that camp is you take the mark of the beast, RFID chip. And you're a willing participant to take the chip to get and go back home to a normal society. That's all you know. Okay? That's the pressure they're going to put on you. Other than that, you're going straight over there to that other room and you ain't never coming out of it. Because on the other side of that door, that room is a smart guillotine. They're going to lay you down on there, push a button, you're going to go over there, kapat! Then your head came off. They're going to pull your body over there, cut you open, take out all your innards, put livers over there, put heart over there, put the lungs over there, the spleen, okay, and all of that. They're going to take your intestines and throw them away. Take your kidneys and put them over in that bag. Okay, and they're going to be shipping this shit out 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to different individuals in the world that need it. Heart transplant, lung transplant, liver transplant, kidney transplant, all of that shit. Eye transplant, everything. That's the plan of the evil, cruel Lord. Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. Let's get it. Isaiah chapter, 19. Verse 4. And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord of hosts. Okay? I will hand Egypt over to a hard, cruel master. A fierce king will rule them, says the Lord of heaven's armies. See? So this cruel Lord is Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, okay? And Donald Trump, Agent Orange, is simply a puppet. This is how they're going to get and try to continue living past their appointed time. This is what these Edomite devils have been doing. This is the reason why it's always been missing children. This is the reason why there's always been missing teenagers and people being kidnapped and disappeared. You got 200,000, at least that we know about, 200,000 illegal immigrants that have been vanished out of thin goddamn air, man. Where did they take these people? Where did they put them? We heard last week that they were sending cargo planes of illegal immigrants, opening the door and just pushing them out over the Atlantic Ocean. That's the reason why you have bodies of individuals whose hands have been tied with handcuffs and zip ties in their hands and feet, washing up on the shores of different countries. Okay? That sit in front of the Atlantic Ocean. Okay? Those that didn't get eaten by sharks. You see? I'm telling you, man, this is what they're doing to the people. 207,000 people just goddamn immediately disappeared overnight. So these men, women, and children that are trying to file an injunction with the United States government to get their family and loved ones back, to be brought back into the United States or whatever, because they were actual legal citizens, but they were caught up in the madness of this 3,000 arrests per day that Donald Trump wants to push, right? Doesn't change anything. They're still missing. Okay? They were pushed out over the ocean. Okay? This is what, hey man, these illegal detention facilities, okay, are illegal. They're illegal to be made. Okay? You already got 800-900 of them already. So this is where they're going to continue to put these elite, so-called illegal immigrants. Okay? Real shit, man. Anyway, Is it too far? I went too far? Maybe. Okay, let me go to Proverbs chapter 15, verse 1. Right? Proverbs. Oh, okay. Proverbs, because I went to Proverbs chapter 15, verse 1. Right? A soft answer turneth away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger. The tongue of the wise useth knowledge aright, but the mouth of fools poureth out foolishness. Okay? The eyes of the Lord are in every place, beholding the evil and the good. So the Most High is watching everywhere, keeping his eyes on both the evil and the good. Okay? And this is not the mouth of foolishness belching out foolishness. I just showed you what a smart guillotine on TikTok. Okay? The government has these. Barack Obama ordered 30,000 guillotines. There's 50 states in the United States. That's over 600 guillotines per state. Under executive order, under Donald Trump and martial law of the Insurrection Act of 1798, this godless devil can implement martial law within the United States. So what's he trying to do? He's trying to push a reason in order to put you in a FEMA camp. Once you go into that FEMA camp, you ain't coming out. If you do, you took the mark of the beast. The individuals that came out of these, that were returned back to their families in the news, I guarantee that they were put under duress. Tell no one that you have this mark, this RFID chip. I guarantee it, man. Okay, don't tell anybody that you got that chip. That way they can keep track of that particular individual. That particular individual will be able to participate in the new technocratic society, technological society, where you can only participate if you have the RFID chip implanted underneath your skin. Like Donald Trump was tell you back in 2016. Let me see if I can find that video. Okay. Entry, exit, tracking system by Trump 20116. Let me see. Okay, look. Look, you see. Okay. Look, biometric entry. Okay. Okay. To accelerate, let's see if we can find that video. Hold on. I'm trying to get it. Man, come on. Okay. Trump orders for Department of Homeland Security. God damn, man. Come on. To accelerate biometric entry exit. Okay. This is during Donald Trump's first presidency. The directive for the Department of Homeland Security to expedite the completion of a program to record biometrics of foreign nationals arriving to and departing from the United States was tucked away in President Donald Trump's controversial executive order Friday, suspending immigration from 7 countries and a refugee admissions program. Okay, let me see if I can find that video, man. Okay. There it is. I think this is it. Hold on. Come on. Why not? Ah, man, see that? Goddamn devils, man. Wow. Okay. See, that's the fucking plan. Hold on, man. Ah, man, see. Unable to load the video, really. Okay, see what I mean? Look, man, this is goddamn technocracy. Man, come on, man. Man, come on, man. Wow, man. I think it's on YouTube somewhere, man. Can I watch this video? Wow, they really won't let me watch this video, man. Wow. They're trying to hide something now. You motherfuckers, they trying to hide something now. Okay, hold on. Oh, come on, man. I got to go to Facebook now. Okay. The Hispanic National Bar, biometrics at the border. Hold on. Let me see if I can get it. Man, come on, man. Biometrics at the border. Understanding the legal framework for President Trump's executive order to expedite biometric security at U.S. borders. What are biometrics? Biometrics refers to the processes used to identify and differentiate individuals based on unique physical traits. Biometric data includes information gathered by a broad range of technologies from traditional fingerprinting ink pads to modern facial recognition programs. Currently, the Department of Homeland Security collects and stores fingerprints, iris scans, palm prints, and digital photographs. The process of compiling biometric data is called enrollment and may take place with or without an individual's knowledge or consent. After enrollment, biometric data may be used to either authenticate or identify an individual. Authentication refers to the process of confirming that an individual who is who he or she says she is. Biometric information collected from her will be or him will be compared to biometric information already on file with the government. For example, when you take a photograph for the new Department of Homeland Security mobile passport app on your smartphone, the government's facial recognition software will then compare that image to the photograph on your passport to authenticate your identity. You see what I'm saying? This is what they're doing, man. Biometrics at the border. What the actual fuck? Okay? All right. Now, let me see if I can watch it on here. I don't know. Man, come on. See? Come on, man. Man, they won't let me watch it. Okay, let me see. They won't let me watch it, man. Let's go in here. We will finally complete the bio entry exit tracking system. Boom. Now. Boom.
Number 8, we will finally complete the biometric entry-exit visa tracking system, which we need desperately. For years, Congress has required biometric entry-exit visa tracking systems, but it has never been completed. The politicians are all talk, no action, never happens, never happens. Hillary Clinton, all talk. Unfortunately, when there is action, it's always the wrong decision. Do you ever notice? In my administration, we will ensure that this system is in place. And I will tell you, it will be on land, it will be on sea, it will be in air. We will have a proper tracking system.
Okay. Now you understand why this motherfucker is gathering up all the so-called illegal immigrants now? Okay. I mean, if you can't see this by now, you are a fucking idiot. And I'm telling you right now, man, the Most High Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai is bringing this devil to show his horns. All this love that you have for these devils, Stockholm syndrome. That's what you suffer from. Let's get it. Stockholm syndrome definition. This is what you suffer from. This is a mental disease. Okay. I'm no bullshit, man. Okay. This is it. Okay. Watch this now. Stockholm syndrome signs. Refuse to cooperate against captor, believing that the captor is a victim, right? So you believe that Esau Edom, the so-called white man, is the victim when you say, y'all preaching hate, right? Worrying about the captor's well-being. You more worried about, oh, massa white man, you okay? That a bitch? This motherfucker hang your ass from a tree, but you don't care about that. You don't even care about yourself. You have such a self-loathing and self-hatred for your own soul, for your own body, that you care more about the individual that can have the ability to kill and take your ass off the earth. You care more about him than you care about you and your own family. Okay? This is a mental disease, man. They pushed on you for over 500 years, denying or minimizing abuse, positive feelings towards the captor, wanting to save their captor, reluctance to leave the captor. Okay, there was a reluctance of our people to leave during after the Civil War, to leave the plantation, because all they knew was plantation life. So they decided to stay. That's the reason why you have a huge concentration of blacks and Latinos in the Deep South. Louisiana, Kentucky, Tennessee, North and South Carolina, Florida, you know what I mean? Alabama, Georgia. You see what I'm saying? And that's where a lot of our people of down south that were fighting in the Civil War of the 1861 to 1865. Okay, the Civil War was but that wasn't about. It wasn't about freeing the slaves. Okay, it wasn't about the emancipation of the slaves. It wasn't about that. It was about, you know, taking private ownership of the slaves and making it public and making money off of it. Okay, Abraham Lincoln owned slaves. What the fuck? Okay, he didn't want slavery to end, but in order to make it politically correct, okay, this was the reason why the Civil War jumped off. Hold on, but the racial bias and anger and perpetual hatred is still there, right? Okay, let's go get Ezekiel chapter 35, verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. We are at the end of our calamity. But our calamity is going to start all over again in the form of Jacob's trouble. Right? Like the old saying goes, if you forget the past, you are doomed to repeat it. And it's going to happen. It's happening already, all over again. Shit, you got alligator Alcatraz. They used to feed black babies, so-called black babies. Okay, they used to sell and feed black babies to alligators, to use the alligator skin for boots, shoes, purses, jackets, hats, wallets, belts, okay, and clothing. They used to even use the skin of Negroes and Latinos to make clothes out of it. They used to use our hair. The nappy-headed nigga, right? Use the hair as cushion for their pillows and their mattresses. I'm telling you, man, this is the wickedness of these goddamn devils, man. Okay? We were property. As a matter of fact, by the Constitution of the United States, we're still property. Just because we were born here, we have birthright citizenship. The only thing that stops them from being the devil the Bible speaks of and continue on in their evil and wickedness. Okay? The only thing that stops these goddamn devils is being politically correct. Okay? They're trying to change the face of who and with what they are. But they can't. Okay? All they do, like it says in John chapter 10, verse 10, the thief cometh not before to steal, kill, and to destroy. That's all these people know. They don't know how to do right. To do right is not in them. Isaiah chapter 26, verse 10. Let favor be showed to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness. Okay? Righteousness would let these people go, right? What the fuck are you putting them in a FEMA camp for? To detention facility. What are you detaining them for? To kick them out of the country? I mean, if when you really look at it, the big picture, this is their land. The illegal immigrant is Esau Edom, the so-called white man. He's the devil the Bible speaks of. He's the motherfucking bad guy here. Okay? You're kicking people out of their land that they were born on? Taking their birthright citizenship from them? How can you do that? You know, you have indigenous population of individuals who were slaves that were brought here against their will. And their children were born here. They were illegal immigrants. They weren't brought here legally. Right? At the time that you wrote the Constitution of the United States and the Declaration of Independence, you had slaves. We were property, like a goddamn doorknob or a set of car keys or a television set. Okay? That's real talk, man. And then when we bring these things up, and we constantly remind these goddamn devils of the wickedness they've done. Okay? We're going to constantly do that. Don't matter what we can do or how we do it. Okay? Let's go to Ecclesiasticus chapter 5, verse 1. Okay.
Stop doing this.
Nothing I can do, man. Every time, man, Satan will do anything to stop me from making these videos, man. I don't give a fuck what. I mean, hey, look, man. Hey, I ain't doing nothing but my job, man. Set thy heart upon thy goods and say not, I have enough for my life. Follow not thine own mind and thy strength to walk in the ways of thy heart. But that's what 2/3 of our people do. That's the reason why 2/3 of our people are going to be cut off and die. But the third part, the elect of the house of Israel, those that fear God and keep his commandments, those that thought about the Lord's name here in these last days and seek out repentance, are those that will be covered during this calamity that's upon us. Okay? Say not thine own mind, follow not thine own mind and thy strength to walk in the ways of thy heart, and say not, who shall control me for my works? For the Lord shall surely revenge thy pride. Say not, I have sinned, and what harm hath happened unto me? For the Lord is long suffering, he will in no wise let thee go. The Most High God, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh will not let you go for taking your time. Okay? And say that you're saying that you sin every day. What didn't happen to me? Like it says in the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 8, verse 11, because sentence against an evil work, let's get it. Okay? Ecclesiastes 8 and 11, right? Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. Right? Says the same thing. Say not, I have sinned, and what harm hath happened unto me? For the Lord is long suffering. He will in no wise let thee go. That's scary That's a scary position to be in, man. You need to be on your knees asking the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai for guidance in these last days to protect your family, to protect your woman, to protect your kids from Esau Edom's bloodthirst, man. These motherfuckers are bloodshedders. They don't know nothing else but bloodshed, man. Now they're going to start putting out robots to come into your house and blow your goddamn brains out if you put up any resistance. Okay? This is real, man. Just because it hasn't happened yet doesn't mean it's not going to happen. This is all biblical prophecy we're reading to you. We're showing you how these things are being put together to your detriment. This is not for your good. Okay? A visa entry exit tracking system where they can just put it in your body against your will? Man, what the fuck? But you're not paying attention, and I apologize for cussing. But you people get me hot and up under the collar. You really do, man. And I'll be trying to do everything I can every week to try to tell you the truth to your face, but you ain't trying to hear what I got to say. And I'm saying it on the name of the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, the creator of the heavens, the earth, the sea, all that is therein in the foundations of water. And you still won't listen. You hard-headed, boy. Verse 5, concerning propitiation, be not without fear to add sin unto sin. And say not, his mercy is great, he will be pacified for the multitude of my sins. For mercy and wrath come from him, and his indignation resteth upon sinners. What is indignation? Okay? Can we get that word? Let me type in indignation. Hold on. Wait, let me just go back. I'll push the wrong book. Type it says indignation. Indignation. Okay. Deuteronomy, indignation. And great indignation. All right, let me get that. Okay, Deuteronomy 29 and 28. All right, hold on. Deuteronomy 29 and 28. Boom, indignation. Right? Let's go get that word. Indignation.
Strong's H7110. Ketzef. Ketzef.
Wrath, anger of God, right? Wrath, sore. Wrath. Okay? Here it is, a Hebrew Chaldee lexicon, right? So called from being broken off, especially the anger of the Most High. Okay? Anger. Okay? The Most High ain't playing, man. Now, okay? Now you get indignation now? Okay? Verse 6 again, Ecclesiasticus chapter 5, verse 6. And say not his mercy is great, he will be pacified for the multitude of my sins. For mercy and wrath come from him, and his indignation resteth upon sinners. Everybody says, God loves everybody. This is where people saying he will be pacified for the multitude of my sins. God loves everybody. Everybody, all nations can be saved, right? This is the bullshit that they push on TikTok, Instagram, all of that. It's that all you camps need to come together and repent and wear white. Shut up. Okay? The Most High is about division. He's about separation. He's about you over there, and you over in the corner. That's God. That is the worst person you call God, who is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Understand? That's the way he wants it. Like he said in Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6, ye are a holy people unto the Most High, a people made for himself above all nations, above all nations, above all nations upon the face of the earth. Roughly paraphrased. Okay, this is just roughly. Okay? Salakia. And say, okay, verse 7, make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day. For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance. And the day of vengeance is upon the Latinos, and it's finna come upon the Negroes very, very quickly. So-called black people who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption, right? So you were broken off because of the wrath of the indignation of the Lord when he scattered you into all nations and spread you into all countries and had you live there for generations, where now the bloodline is no longer dark-skinned primarily. Okay, you look like the heathen nations. You speak the languages of the heathen nations. You enjoy the customs and the social norms of the heathen nations in which you were born, in which you were raised. You see? That's the reason why it says in Jeremiah 12 and... Let me go to here. Nope, get back. Jeremiah chapter 12, verse 9, I think it is. Mine heritage is as unto me, is as a speckled bird. The birds round about are against her. Who are the birds round about? The other heathen nations. Right? Who is her? The heritage of the Most High. The heritage of the Most High are Israelites, his chosen people. See? Come ye, assemble all the beasts of the field. All the beasts of the field, the beasts are the heathen nations that hate the Israelites. The field is the world. Okay? Come to devour. The Most High has invited the beasts, of which are the nations of the world, to devour us. Transatlantic slave trade. Right? Now you have alligator bait all over again. When, like I said before at the beginning of the video, Christy Nome, the Secretary of the Department of Homeland Security, says they got 65 million dinners that they're going to feed to the alligators. There's 65 million legal residents, Latinos in America. Okay? That's what the fuck she meant. Okay? Now Donald Trump has opened 60 new detention facilities. These new ones have the smart guillotines. Okay? These new ones have the smart guillotines. You already got 800 FEMA camps across the United States. They're all open and ready for prisoners. Okay? They're all open and ready for prisoners. Let's go back. All right? Let me see if I can go back. Where is it? Is it back up to the top? Yep. Hold on. Yep. Hold on. Where's it at? Let's just read it and be done with it. Deep state, right? Okay. Damn it. Deep state, right? Okay. Think about this. Why does the U.S. government need 30,000 guillotines and over 600 million rounds of hollow point bullets? Okay? Come on, man. The use of guillotines for governmental purposes was lobbied in the United States Congress already. And the Israeli lobby, owns the United States Congress, the United States legislative branch of government. Okay? The executive branches of government, right? The judicial branches of government, right? Where they're having problem with from individual judges from state to state. Okay? Anyway, think about this, okay? There are over 800 prison camps in the United States, all fully operational and ready to receive prisoners. They are all staffed and even surrounded by prison guards, but they are all empty. These camps are to be operated by FEMA, Federal Emergency Management Agency, should martial law need to be implemented in the United States. All it would take is a presidential signature on a proclamation and the Secretary General's signature on a warrant, okay, to which a list of names is attached. Okay? FEMA has 3-layer boxcars for transporting shackled prisoners. Okay? They have 800 guarded concentration camps across the United States. Okay? Wow, that's crazy. Okay? So, that's basically what's going on, man. Deep state, big as shit. I took a screenshot of that, 5 years ago. I still got it. Praise the Lord. Anyway, but yeah, that's it, man. Let me get off of this video. Just wanted to let you know this is what's happening. What I was talking about is Zechariah chapter 13, verse 9, right? Okay. Zechariah chapter 13, verse 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but a 3rd part shall be left therein. And I will bring the 3rd part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name. So you see, I.U.I.C.E, I.S.U.P.K, G.O.C.C. You have to know the name of the Lord. His name is not Jeebus Crossed, twice blessed punk shit. His name is Yahweh, which means he is, he exists. His name of his son is Yahweh Shai, which means he delivers, he is salvation. Okay? In Hebrew. Remember, the Son of God was a Hebrew Israelite. The God of heaven is the God of the Hebrew Israelites. That's it. No other nations, man. Okay? The Most High is a separatist. He's a racist then, because he wants his people to rule over everybody else. And he wants all the nations to be separate in their own countries. That's the way it's always been with the Most High. That's the way he made it. That's the way he's going to put it back. Okay? All this together and collusion bullshit that they got going on, like it says in Psalm 83, it ain't going to work. The Most High is on his way to put an end to Esau, Edom, and his bullshit. And he knows it. Right? This is what it means. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people. They shall say, the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is my God. Okay, here's the pie chart. Here's the pie chart. Okay, 1/3, 33.3% of Israelites will be saved, plus the 144,000 prophets. Then 2/3, 66.6% of Israelites shall be cut off and die. Okay, right? Now look, you got the true names and the false slave names, right? See? 1 out of every 3 Negroes, Latinos, and Native Indians will be saved. Only 1. The other 2 are fucked. And we're seeing that right now. Okay? On mainstream media. Anyway, all praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Yahweh Kakodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for pushing 100% truth who rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom. Then once again, this is Matazah Lacham, Shalom.